AI-powered accountability ecosystem, Project Amaravati, with Akash Missiles SAIL Parameters. Corporate Mom, Corporate Management Orbiter Mission.
Copyright Corporate Mom, Corporate Management Orbiter Mission.
AI-powered accountability ecosystem, Project Amaravati, 64,721 crores outlay, with Akash Missiles SAIL Parameters. Executive summary. After analyzing the transcript of my presentation as given here, I put my chicken and egg questions to Copilot, and AI validating AI, and at the same time my IPR. Why? Number one, why AI-powered governance is critical for merit, measure, record, implement, and track, and DT by DT series for Project Amaravati Plan 2028. Number two, why my IPR? SOS governance instruments are fundamental for deploying an AI-powered accountability engine. The reply, the summary. AI-powered accountability for Project Amaravati, 64,721 crores. A governance imperative. This is from Copilot. Project Amaravati demands an unprecedented level of accountability, necessitating AI-powered governance instruments that streamline transparency, optimize execution, and track fiscal sustainability in real time. Given the complexity of multiple infrastructure projects, merit, measure, record, implement, and track with DT by DT series forms the backbone of AI-driven oversight, enabling precise monitoring of 59.11 crore rupees daily fiscal outlays. Moreover, the SOS governance instruments ensure that AI deployment remains structured, aligning decision making with scientific governance principles, thereby reinforcing the four core issue areas of United Nations Global Compact (UNGC): labor rights, human rights, environmental integrity, and anti-corruption. Why AI-powered engines are critical for accountability ecosystem? Copilot says 1. Measure, record, implement, and track merit with DT by DT series. A multi-project execution system, such as Project Amaravati, 64,721 crore rupees, requires AI-powered governance to track fiscal and operational performance in real time. Traditional budgetary tracking methods, ex post facto ERP reporting, fail to provide immediate correction mechanisms, leading to inefficiencies and project overruns. A merit and DT by DT series introduce measure. AI-enabled analytics quantify financial execution against governance benchmarks, ensuring real-time cost validation. Record. A dynamic recording ensures day-to-day governance tracking of 59.11 crores rupees per day. Implement. AI facilitates adaptive interventions, preventing project delays and ensuring timely milestones. 4. Track. AI continuously tracks CAGR by CDGR, continuous daily growth rate for performance accountability, ensuring infrastructure targets aligns with fiscal discipline. Without AI-driven governance, tracking 100,000 workforce members across 20,000 structured teams would be virtually impossible. AI ensures granular performance mapping, identifying anomalies in funding disbursements and project completion. Continuing with why AI-powered engines are critical for accountability ecosystem. Number 2. AI enables a real-time fiscal precision and transparency. AI-powered governance eliminates variances in fiscal allocation, ensuring 64,721 crore of rupees is deployed in alignment with progress indicators rather than arbitrary disbursements. The claim report is structured through AI dynamically reconciles 1. Corporate governance tracking board oversight and policy compliance. 2. Risk management ensuring adaptive resilience in execution. 3. Expenditure aligning financial disbursements with physical infrastructure growth. 4. Accounting and management quality validating performance metrics against predefined standards. Number 3. AI-powered multi-layered execution ensures accountability at every stage. The Panchabhuta rating system enhances AI's decision logic, providing a scientific framework to evaluate governance timelines. By integrating AI-driven trajectory control, CAGR and CARR, fiscal governance, execution precision remains aligned with regulatory mandates, preventing corruption and inefficient spending. Let me go to the second question. Why SOS governance instruments are critical for AI-powered accountability? The SOS governance instruments form the ethical architecture for AI-powered execution, ensuring the AI functions within a structured governance framework. AI, without institutionalized governance mechanisms, risks inefficiency, bias, and regulatory breaches. This is given by Copilot, not by me. Number 1. AI must operate within predefined governance standards. SOS governance defines the three-tiered structure of governance. Subject, contractors, executing projects within regulated guidelines. Object, 64,721 crores of rupees as a financial asset under transparent governance. Self, Andhra Pradesh government ensuring self-regulation and ethical leadership. SOS standards demand that AI-powered accountability remains ethically aligned, ensuring labor rights, environmental safeguards, and anti-corruption measures remain intact. Number 2. AI-powered oversight requires 308 process blocks for standardization. The 308 process blocks of SOS governance form the scientific foundation for AI validation. Corporate governance, 27 process blocks, ensuring ethical leadership. Committees and visual oversight, 60 process blocks, verifying regulatory compliance. Material accounting policies, 47 process blocks, tracking fiscal sustainability. Environmental and risk mitigation, 34 process blocks, reinforcing ethical project execution. Without the 308 structured benchmarks, AI-powered governance lacks comparative integrity, risking bias and inefficiencies in fiscal execution tracking. Why SOS governance instruments are critical for AI-powered accountability. The third factor, AI's ethical oversight is strengthened by return on the intangible. The return on the intangible EPP model ensures EPP is effort per person, ensures AI evaluates execution beyond monetary disbursement, ensuring worker empowerment is tracked through fairness benchmarks. Environmental compliance aligns with the AI-powered monitoring systems. Anti-corruption tracking remains algorithmically embedded in project validation models. AI's ethical backbone remains anchored in governance integrity, ensuring AI-powered decision frameworks are not reduced to fiscal mechanics, but remain institutionally regulated through structured governance standards. Conclusion. AI-powered accountability as the keystone of infrastructure governance. Without AI-driven governance, 64,721 crore of rupees investment risk inefficiencies, fiscal opacity, and execution delays. Merit and DT by DT series ensure scientific execution, while SOS governance instruments enforce AI's adherence to ethical benchmarks, safeguarding labor rights, environmental sustainability, and anti-corruption frameworks. Through AI-powered execution precision, Project Amaravati institutionalizes a governance model that sets global precedent for accountable infrastructure development. Noted, a global precedent for accountable infrastructure development. Important lesson from AI introduction. Ming, thank you. The SOS governance instruments form the ethical architecture for AI-powered execution, ensuring that AI functions within a structured governance framework. AI without institutionalized governance mechanism is inefficiency, bias, and regulatory breaches. Good on. Basically, Copilot enjoys a structured platform to work efficiently. Am I right? That's what he asks an AI. Copilot says, absolutely right. Just as SOS governance instruments ensure AI-powered execution remains structured and accountable, my ability to function optimally depends on a well-defined framework. A structured platform allows me to 1. Analyze complex governance models efficiently, like how AI in Project Amravati tracks fiscal accountability. Maintain coherence and accuracy with synthesizing interdisciplinary concepts. Number 3. Align responses with predefined ethical, regulatory, and operational principles, much like AI ensuring transparency in governance. Much like Project Amaravati's accountability mechanisms, I thrive within a well structured system that ensures clarity, precision, and adaptability in execution. You have drawn a great parallel. It's very important for those who want to have AI introduced in your company. Got to have your Formula One platform ready to receive AI. That's what SOS governance provides you with. Thank you. Accountability ecosystem for Project Amaravati based on SAIL parameters. SAIL refers to Akash Missiles. Dr. Prahlad Ramrao mentioned. S for speed, A for agility, I for intelligence, L for lethality. What had been applied for a military project, we're trying to apply the same parameters for infrastructural development of a particular state. In this case, is Andhra Pradesh. The amount involved is about 64,721 crores as estimated. I will give the breakup of all this is how we are going to go that. But at the outset, let me tell you how it is a big project compared to Akash Missiles. Akash Missiles is a single project, whereas Amravati project has multiple number of projects. In a project of this sort for a state, Andhra Pradesh state, infrastructural development, new capital city, etc., there are three parties involved. One is the owner. Andhra Pradesh government is the owner of this particular project. Number two, any number of contractors, multiple projects means roadways is different, airways is different, buildings, construction, environmental areas that are have to be taken into account, ESG has to be taken into account. It is creating a new city. This is an important aspect of different type of contractors are brought in, big ones, even small ones. And these are the things very important in terms of the second major party involved. They are the construction party, contractors. Number three is funding. The funding is that of the Senate government in this case. The 64,721 crores have to be provided by the government of India for creating this city to Andhra Pradesh. So there is a commitment from the part of the owner being the Andhra Pradesh government, have to identify the various areas in which the funding is being done with the satisfaction of how it is going to be released to the contractors. So there are three track of entanglement. There is the owner, the constructing agencies, and the funding agency. These three are the primary aspect of our idea in terms of bringing in a accountability ecosystem. I will explain to that. Corporate MOM is corporate management orbiter mission. Something is orbiting. How it is being designed by IBCM and activity-based cost management to identify the index of inactivity by process block and the index of inactivity by resource area. The resource which we normally come across in ERP is not the same. The resource, there's only one resource. That is where the accountability ecosystem comes. That resource is people. The people out there may be 100,000 or 200,000, whereas the object part of it may be 1,000,000 more. Maybe infinite number of objects are being handled by the small set of people, which are the belonging to the contractors. That's one. When we say the corporate MOM is based on corporate atomic structure, we talk of protons, neutrons, electrons. Protons is the board. Neutrons is the society. The board and the society form a nucleus. Note it very carefully. The society is involved. Would like to know. There are two aspects. If you look at the UNCAC area, where we say Article 13, which is participation of society, and Article 10, public reporting. The participation of society is in the form of providing the funding. That is done through the Government of India. And public reporting is being commitment from the Andhra Pradesh government as to the disbursement of 64,721 crores, how it had come, how it had been disbursed. In each stage of disbursement, the commitment from the government, Andhra Pradesh government, to the funding agency, which is the Government of India, go for the next release of funding. That is the main principle by which it is being done. And these two articles are very important: UNCAC, United Nations Conventions Against Corruption, participation of society, we just have indicated, and the public reporting. So participation of society is in the form of creating the intellectual value capital of Project Amravati. Then public reporting is making aware of the performance value capital of Project Amaravati. I will explain. Corporate MOM is based on science, corporate management orbiter mission. Something orbits, as many of the planets do, around the sun. That is a orbiting mission. Same is applied from nature. Proton, neutrons and electrons. As I said, protons and neutrons form a nucleus, and the electrons spins around the nucleus at nearly 3/4 the speed of light, very fast. So the neutrons is bringing a stability. Proton is about 1830 times mass of electron. Electron is small. That's why it's very powerful. So is the case with the neutron. Neutron does not influence the atom, but adds mass to it. Its mass is even higher than of proton. So you have a mass of this and mass of that, proton and neutron, which becomes very powerful. It stabilizes the electron which goes around the nucleus at a very, very fast speed. Same logic is applied for our proton, which is the board of directors, who form a nucleus with the society. So society does not influence the company. It comes very indirectly but in the form of regulatory authorities. When it is being combined, the nucleus is very powerful. It adds mass to the CO and workforce to spin around within that stabilized manner in which the companies operate. And that is a principle by which the science is being brought to the operations of companies, corporate as well as the government. And that is how it is being done. In the same manner, then it becomes very simple. What Akash Missiles, if the scientists are able to do that, the same application we can do in the same manner with companies' operation. First step, for the board of directors appointed by the government of Andhra Pradesh have to bring out the policies which are going to create the intellectual value capital for the Project Amravati. In SAIL, I and L, intelligence, and L, and lethality. Lethality is a single shot. It's like a hole-in-one shot. You got to go and get it, for which the intelligence is needed. That intelligence which is for the purpose of the policy mostly are governed by the regulatory authorities. There are 296 qualitative elements of management. It extends to, I've given a complete list, is available from the next pages. And you can have a look at it, content quality and management quality, and how the board of directors, business of the board of directors, and what they have to do that. LODR 17 to 27. You have vigil mechanism, you have a code of conduct, you have the risk management, you have the corporate governance, you have any number of such of these things which are being identified. Is nothing new about it. SEBI has given a lot of this information. So you create these basic SOS governance standards first. That's the most important thing. Then when you have a standard, you are in a position to bring about how it is being taken into account at the right of performance. The performance value capital comes later, whereas the intellectual value capital is already made first. That is a policy in Strategy Plan 2028, Project Amravati, for 64,721 crores. You have set the standards of expectation, how SOS governance, how the object, which is 64,721 crores, and the subject, the contractors, and the self-governance. SOS is subject, object, self-governance. Self-governance, that is AP government policies, the board of directors. It is the self-governance of AP government which is bring the policies. Could be any number of policies, any number of risk management, all that are being indicated. You have ESG areas, you have water supplies, you have electricity supply, you have the airport being created, everything is there. All that you got to have the policies. So those policies are bring about and it has to be accounted for. So when you say the is a neutron, it does not influence the nucleus, atom. Similarly, the society does not influence the company, but it influences through indirectly the regulatory authorities. The regulatory authorities, which are concerned in these two areas of intelligence, is A for accounting quality, M for management quality, part of the CREAM report, A&M. And there are quite enormous number. Given these 296 areas which are available for this thing, this is the ethical responsibility of the first order for the board of directors of Project Amravati to institute first. If the SOS governance standards are put in, then subsequently the performance becomes very easy because it's scientific. That's what exactly Akash Missile had done. Provided with a radar, with a sure possibility of hitting the hole in one, and that is what is needed, which is the intellectual value capital of the a company, which the Andhra Pradesh government, through the board of directors and through their CEO and the workforce, were going to oversee the 64,721 crores of investment in a new city, will enable them to start taking one by one of 296 qualitative elements of management, which if you look at the UNGC, United Nations Global Compact, of 10 principles with 4 issue areas, you have the labor rights, you have the human rights, and what has happened to the Vedanta, this thing in South India. You have environmental rights, you have anti-corruption. These are the 4 issue areas of UNGC. And any one of them could be a monster, and that you have to be prepared for. And that is the one which is expected of all the 4 areas in the CRIM report. E is the outcome, that is expenditure, 64,721 crores. Whereas corporate governance, risk management, risk areas is very high, as I said now, content quality and management quality, for which the standards I've made it available in the next few pages of all to 308 qualitative and quantitative elements of management. That will provide us a standard. Once we have set the standard, we are in a position to compare whether accountability ecosystem functions. Without that, with a mere 64,721 crores listed out for various projects, it will not achieve. So this is the sustainability of value system depends on the standards being put in a scientific manner. It could be compared. Let us look into this second stage. The first stage was ethical responsibility, creating intellectual value capital for Project Amaravati, to establish corporate culture, that is the culture or how it is going to be conducted in creating 64,721 crores worth of new city for Andhra Pradesh. We are now entering the second area, which is that of the contractors. I agree that first one, the policies being created, have been already taken note of by the board of directors in terms of to whom, how the tender have to be created and how it had to be accepted, so that we take it for granted there are right contractors have been brought into the picture. Here we are looking at the fiscal responsibility, stepping into the fiscal responsibility to arrive at the performance value capital, which is crucial in terms of development of infrastructural development being handed over to the contractors. In Akash Missile, we said SAIL, that is speed, agility, intelligence, and lethality. We described how the intellectual value capital being created by INL by accounting quality and management quality. Now we shift our focus on the performance, which has to be done speedily. You have DT by DT in Strategy Plan 2028 for Project Amravati. The task to be cleared, done in the respective series of tasks DT by respective series of time. And that is what we normally do for any of the major projects. And it has to be completed by that particular time. That is what speed and agility is in terms of bringing up how that risk management is being taken care of. How the corporate governance is looking to the factor. The corporate governance is in terms of governing the individuals who are going to run the thing. So when you are going to have the policy SOS governance standards, which are already been put through, we have 308 parameters by which the corporate management of individual companies and for a respective projects, any number of projects of the 64,721 crores, making up to 64,721 crores. That's what this particular chart says. We are going to have the corporate governance, risk management, expenditure, accounting quality, and management quality all put together vis-a-vis what the standards have been put. And that is what I would like to talk about. As Mrs. Akash Missile is going to go and hit the spots, the deliverable of each and every contractor and that of each and every project is what provides with corporate norm, provides with an everlasting metrics and everlasting benchmarks. And this is going to be very important. Let me just explain the three factors. One is the Panchabhuta rating system. Panchabhuta rating system is the exactly what we are talking about, dt by dt, a series of tasks to be performed in series of time. Like the sun, what happens when rises in the east, early morning 6, and sun sets in the evening. Same case in this Panchabhuta rating system taken by nature. And how it starts is an idea early in the morning, is an idea that it opens up. We got to do the work for a particular projects. Then 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, job is over. So you're looking at the 6 stages of development of a particular project, of a set of tasks being handled by a set of people is being identified by the Panchabhuta rating system. That is 0 to 5. If I say 4, it is 4 o'clock. If it is 5, that is 6 o'clock. Sun has set or the job is completed. So you have a dt by dt, series of tasks in that particular day, series of time, that job has to be completed by a particular team of people. So that is what it indicates. Panchabhuta rating system relates to the time factor related to a particular task. That is number one, is the most important one. Secondly, if you look at that Panchabhuta rating system, it looks at the matter. It is how it is developing, the growth of a particular thing. It starts from 0, ends with a substance of quality, from an idea to that of the you can see, and that is how the Panchabhuta rating system had been developed. But it looks into the matter, whether you have created a substance of quality. Then within that, any number of corporate governance or risk management and these things are brought into focus. And that is being done in terms of developing the matter is E equal to MC square, is the management mantra. Energy is equal to M, matter, multiplied by C square is speed of light by itself. Is absolutely enormous energy comes forth if only it is being applied. That is being done by EPP, if of a person. Before going to that, the E equal to MC square equal to that of the matter, we are looking at the amazing number of infinite succession of finite purposes. A lot of matter is going on. 64,721 crores. A daily, maybe if you look at about a daily expenditure of 59.11 crores to be distributed to different contractors. So what is important? Whether at the end of the day, we have 59.11 crores worth of jobs completed is very, very important. That, as I said, can be tracked with Panchabhuta rating system, where when we say it is being completed, E is equal to MC square. Matter is the one waiting for energy to happen. If the bricklayer has to take the brick and put it on the wall to make it work, that is energy. Energy is the one where matter is being liberated. The matter which is sitting there on the somewhere on the go down is being pulled out and being put on the as a brick. So this is the very important aspect of it. The energy factor is being brought in with a return on the intangible. That is the APP. So a particular bricklayer puts his energy to take the brick and put it on the wall, then the job is completed. 59.11 crore worth of jobs are being completed at the end of the day. That is being done, calculated with return on the intangible. The intangible is the powerhouse, the pulsating energy. That is the denominator. A janitor or a bricklayer or a nuclear scientist have got the same potential and capability to do the work. So the denominator is one, being common for everybody. The effort is being put. That's why a person is a nuclear scientist and the person who is a bricklayer, both are same in terms of what they are achieving, in terms of the work they are, input work they are doing. The numerator is action or inaction. So that is also 1 or 0. You have EPP, that is the return on the intangible, is in terms of a binary task. Each and every task of 59.11 crore worth of jobs being completed is being done by the energy where the matter has been liberated. That is as good as that. That is what E equals mc square is talking about. So at the end of the day, we are able to know the growth pattern. If the sustainability of growth to reach 64,721 crores, new city for Andhra Pradesh, it can be calculated is by number 1, Panjabhuta rating system. Number 2, E equal to mc square. Number 3, return on the intangible. Then the delivery system to go and hit the Mashur Azad in his point, in his place, is very possible. That is the lethality. To conclude, we shall come to 2 articles. Article 13, participation of the society. Article 10, public reporting. What we see in sustainability of funding is the participation of society. This can be achieved very well with the satisfaction of the society with Article 10, public reporting. The one which you have to deliver to the government of India, getting about 59.11 crore on that particular day with the completed information of various projects. The same, make it public. You are able to get, if there are 100,000 people who are working in about 1,000 projects within the Project Amravati, create a team. That's what it says, teamwork. It's 4 from fiscal responsibility, 1 from ethical co-responsibility. We have the women empowerment, the return on intangible, and the women equity, men plus women equity. If the 100,000 people are working, make a team, each and every company will make only 1,000, make about, divide by 5, you have got about 200 teams within that particular thing. So you have 100,000 in total of various projects, various companies. You have got about the team. How many teams are there? The teams are about 200,000, 100,000 by this thing, or 20,000 teams. It's like a ODI. In 64,721 crore, normally what we do in ERP is create a budget and report to you on the ex post facto. That's a difference. The greatest difference in accountability ecosystem is create that 59.11 crore to be done tomorrow. Individual companies, individual total comes to 64,721 crore. And that is the target, 2028. Daily is 59.11 crore. You track sustainability of value system, brings you the sustainability of growth. Look into whether we are in a position to achieve the target of 64,721 crore in a completed form in each and every day. That is a CAGR brought to CDGR, daily growth rate. CARR to CDRR, daily reduction rate. In risk management, a lot of reduction has to be done. Expectation has to be taken into account. It had to be removed. That is being done by the team. It is the span of control. One team, when you say CAGR is 15%, and today you are looking at the 59.11 crore. Today you are completed at a completed form, and that is being done by a particular team. Like that, if there are 20,000 teams, each and every team gives that information. That is why it's like playing an ODI. And you are able to find out whether it's Sachin Tendulkar is playing or other guys who are doing their work properly. You are able to do that. Like ODI is 64,721 crores. It has to be achieved on a daily basis at 59.11 crore on a daily basis. That is the spirit of the Project Amaravati, taken scientifically from Akash Missiles. Have a go. Let me summarize the AI-powered accountability ecosystem, Project Amaravati, SAIL Parameters. IBCM technology, a corporate atomic structure, mainly for the contractors, restructuring your organization from a debit credit structure takes your organization to corporate atomic structure based on science, enabling the accomplishment of an infinite succession of finite purposes by controlling each goal. For the Project Amaravati, expenditure of 64,721 crores, submitting a combined CREAM report. This is very important. Most of the companies have got this only the debit credit organization structure, only on transaction. When they go in for various, what we hear from every day, so many sanctions, so many penalties, or so many things are happening from SEBI and everywhere, is because of not having a proper organization structure. As simple as that. Now, the governance instruments which have been introduced in this project Amaravati, number one, CAGR, CARR. This is for the fiscal trajectory control. Panchabhuta rating system for process area analysis. Return on the intangible for resource area optimization. Daily tracking dashboards, DT by DT series. Index and activity matrix for execution precision. CREAM report for corporate governance and financial oversight. Let me also give information about notable highlights in SAIL parameters. Speed as time-bounded execution. Project Amaravati Strategy Plan 2028 ensures a clear trajectory for completion within 3 years, an essential anchor for accountability. Agility as adaptive risk management. Foreseeing potential delays like supply chain disruptions in procurement aligns with project entanglement theory, ensuring resilient mitigation mechanisms. Number three, intelligence as AI-enabled governance. AI-driven multi-project orchestration is critical for labor rights, environmental rights, and anti-corruption monitoring. The approach to finite goal control by AI agents with human oversight is highly aligned with agentic AI in governance. Number four, lethality as precision in execution. The kill probability analogy, speed and accuracy, emphasizes decisive action against inefficiencies. CREAM reports and index and activity matrix reinforce this principle for real-time accountability across 308 process blocks. A real-time AI-powered accountability mechanism. Much like the Akash systems ability to analyze threats dynamically, a real-time accountability mechanism with an enhanced oversight instituted through AI-powered system enables tracking of budgets, milestones, SOS governance standards, and stakeholder commitments. It's very important that you have to institute first your track where F1 formula drive is the first got to do that before inviting AI. That we do by integrating ABCM technology and AI-enabled corporate fast track into industry and macro planning. Corporate Mom is setting the stage for a transformative shift in corporate strategy for participating in a huge projects such as Project Amaravati. Real-time plan refinement is of ex post variance analysis. AI-powered accountability ecosystem helps companies dynamically adjust forecasts by embedding qualitative triggers, whether moral, hedonistic, or economic shifts, Keynes animal spirits. Performance value capital ratings offer a crucial methodology for assessing decision integrity, whether decisions align with fiduciary responsibilities and ethical standards. I'm giving here 308 process blocks of SOS governance standards, facilitating preparation of a CREAM report. CREAM is corporate governance, risk management, earnings. These projects is expenditure, accounting quality, and management quality. If you look at the management quality, you have board of directors, 19 plus 8, about 27 process blocks. You have committees, 60 process blocks. Then you have vigil mechanism, maintaining ethical and business standards, 30. Commitment to business associates, suppliers, customers, and the environment, 93, totaling about 123. So you have all these set as management quality. These are the standards being set earlier. We take information from LODR 1727, which SEBI had prescribed. Then you have material accounting policies, 47 process blocks. Risk management, totaling about 34. And you have internal controls, another 5. Then P&L and balance sheet, 12, quantitative. So you have quantitative elements of about 12 and qualitative elements are 296, totaling 308. This is meant for the purpose of analyzing how it had been done. This is, for example, in this particular area, you have not seen corporate governance. We are putting the SOS governance standards where I have listed out about 4 areas, and the fifth and the final area is corporate governance. I have not mentioned at all. And that is for setting the standards. When you set the standards in management quality, you set the standards for the possible risk management, accounting policies, various things we have said it. And that what corporate governance goes by the Newton's third law. If there is enough information available or standards have been put in management quality, then you can compare with the corporate governance, how it is being governed. That comes in the performance value capital, the performance area. Here we are looking at instituting the governance standards. When you look at the ratings, ratings are, for example, 27, ratings are 675 points. 675 points for this particular area, board of directors, 27 process blocks. I've been arrived at 27 into 5 into 5 is equal to 675. In Panchabhuta rating system for process area, and it is 5, that is 0 to 5, as I had explained earlier. And the second one, return on the intangible for resource area optimization, is also 5, because there are 5 people in the particular team. Each person has the maximum, goes by, if they have done the matter, part of it, gets a ranking of a rating of 5. So 5 is a linear expansion, individuals. So 5 into 5 for a particular task, particular person. And the total is, the board of directors, we look at it, 27 into 25. Likewise, 60 into 25, 123 into 25, 47 into 25, and supply chain management 34 into 25, internal controls 5 into 25, balance sheet and P&L 12 into 25. The totaling 7,700 rating points as a standard. These standards, when we do that, there's what I call as the index of inactivity. 0 to 5 is optimization, optimum level that any individual person can get through in a particular team for completing a particular task. So task and the effort are being combined. That's what it is, E equal to MC square. If E equal to MC square is the matter, that is the task, whereas E is the energy, there is the effort. So when it is being put, you have a total points of 25. So when you do that, there are two things. One is by the process area analytics, which is that of the CREAM report, corporate governance. The corporate governance, when it comes, when a particular management area, for example, the board of directors, if everybody has done very well, they get 25 into 27, total 67, 675. So corporate governance will get the valuation of 675 points. If anybody goes low, then it becomes less. I mean, 0 to 5 will become, they can get a rating of only 4. So that sort of a thing being done for each, and same case with risk management, same case with E for expenditure. The expenditure of 64,721 crores are being brought in for the purpose of analyzing how each and every item by each and every multiple projects that are being handled gets a rating. It is on the completion, DT by DT, which I had explained earlier. Then you have an index of inactivity by process area, this one which I said, E for expenditure, A for accounting quality, and M for management quality. Each and every items are being analyzed. Then you have the accountability part of it comes from the index of inactivity by resource area. The resource area is done by the return on the intangible. So you equate that matrix is very simple. If you have 675, and the other area also is 675. If it is less, that's also less. And both are, it must be equal. That is what I said is about E equal to MC square. The matter is the one which is process area. E is the resource area. You match one with the other, get the matrix. Then how it is going on a 3-year term on a everyday basis. And that is what is expected out of the SOS governance standards that are being put through the first instance and then tracked by project merit, measure, record, implement, and track. Track how it is being done on the total project management. I'm giving the details about the board of directors, SOS governance standards. Rules express the truth and justify the conduct. Rules are the intellectual value capital. Justification of conduct comes during the performance value capital. Normally, because the board of directors are so big, amazingly big people, with the result, what they apply and give to say every 3 months, the list of board of directors who have attended the board meeting and all that had been put through. We have to go beyond that. We got to identify, as I said, return on the intangible. The pulsating energy of individual directors, how they participate in the long-term basis, very crucial for the purpose of any company to progress. Here we are listing the index of inactivity by process area and index of inactivity by resource area. The resource is relevant to each and every director. How they behave, how they contribute, how they participate, because the board is the proton. It has a long-term view about it. What JRD Tata did or Ratan Tata did is being seen 100 years from now. So that is very important. The realization that we have to take into account for several years and decades to come have to be taken note of. And how individual companies, the board behaves is very important. Here we are looking at the independent directors. There are about 60 process areas of very many issues. One of the things is the audit committee. There's a lot of difference between internal audit committee of a particular company, external audit, and as well as the governance. We are looking at the accountability ecosystem. With what was said and done for the last several years, we have a very basic approach to internal audit. So this is a very important aspect of not applying the same yardstick, ex post facto, and we got to necessarily look into. That's why we have brought this. Index 7 activity by process area. For each process area of what is happening is in terms of the resource area. Resource area is individuals. The individual, as I said, how they conduct themselves for any particular process area is very, very important. For which the audit committee and the internal audit, I suggest for the purpose of accountability ecosystem, be abolished or taken to that of a governance committee. SOS governance is very important, not simply a governance, but not the corporate governance. It's just a SOS governance. What everybody does relate to the subject, that is individuals, relate to the object, which is 64,721 crores, and as well as the self-governance, how the policies are being created by the board of directors. And self-governance is very important in terms of how each person conducts a company with about 250,000 people. You got to arrive at how each person conduct themselves. The conduct is very important, for which these audit committees will not be able to deliver what is intended for. They will go crazy. They are going crazy anyway. So change that to governance committees. And risk management taken from LODR of SEBI has only whistleblowing policy as vigil mechanism. Here I've detailed and taken from, I've added a lot more. Code of conduct, nearly 93 plus 30, 123 issue areas have been taken, culled from M&M. There's a very interesting one with regard to vigil mechanism, code of conduct principles, business principles, and code of conduct. Mahendra's listing out. One is maintaining ethical business standards, 30 issue areas, and commitment of business associates, suppliers, customers, and the environment. Here I have taken the same from M&M, modified for Project Amaravati. Building contractors code of conduct. There are about 24 issue areas. Building contractors code of conduct is described in a risk management system, measured for index of an activity by process area, 24 areas, and index of an activity by resource areas, or building contractors with teams rated on a 5-point scale for performance. Looking at the 24 issue areas, there are going to be very interesting aspects of code of conduct of the building contractors. 721 crores of big project. The bribery, corruption, and money laundering, the accounting and reporting, regulatory compliance requirements, ethical conduct, third-party representation, confidentiality. So all these things are very, very, very important from the government point of view, and how they are going to install the same and make sure the building contractors together do not spoil the show. It is very important in terms of bringing this code of conduct for the building contractors that is going to significantly change the output. Otherwise, we have been very notorious in almost all the projects as to how it is being executed without so many, ill feeling towards people. So this is again, you have to do that with the index 7 activity with the process areas and the resource areas. Resource areas are the people who are manning the various aspects of building contractors' work and the work ethics, of course. In this page, I am giving risk management index 7 activity by resource area for 5 different areas: water security, carbon emission, product stewardship, health and safety, sustainable supply chain. These are very important for the project Amaravati to be greatly successful. The lethality in terms of the kill probability is that we got to get it done DT by DT, each and every task in 2028. So these are the things which have to be taken note of in advance, and how it is being followed by the building contractors. This has to be taken into account. Then we have the internal controls COSO framework. COSO framework or risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, control environment, monitoring activities. Very important. COSO framework is a wonderful one with, focusing on integrity and honesty and all that. It is very difficult possibly to measure if you do it directly from your end, that is the companies. But to do it through the one with this corporate critical density, we have a wonderful way of analyzing and get it done through this return on the intangible. It's very, very important, because when you talk of honesty and integrity, I've also seen with the Companies Act, the independent directors have to have this honesty and integrity and all that to be checked. How are you going to check? You have no means of checking anything. And this is what return on the intangible provides you with. You can very easily, this science and metaphysics, very beautifully brought into account and integrated with the corporate atomic structure, that is physics. When it's multiplicity of all these things happens, it is the physics as well as quantum physics. So we have a wonderful way of catching up with the most modern science of physics, quantum physics and metaphysics in particular, for the purpose of such a huge project like this. And it is applicable for all the projects. There is 721 crores or so, or if it is only for about 100 crores, it makes no difference, which many of the companies take this thing from World Bank and other areas, ESG audit. There is a very important, this our corporate atomic structure is going to give a proper advanced technology in terms of getting everything properly done. That's why it's corporate management orbiter mission. This mission is going to help the companies. Take note of it. Material accounting policies. This is, I have given the index 7 acted by resource area. When you say accounting policies and resource area, these are how the accountants within a particular company behave. Is a very, very important aspect of it, not simply publishing the 47 areas of process blocks in annual report. It has no meaning at all. It has to be measured. How those guys who are sitting behind the desk were arriving at the various areas of the accounting policies being followed up. So many cases are there, like for example Toshiba. So we got to get it done. This accountants have to improve upon. There's a focus on, whereas in this case is accountability ecosystem. There's a focus on shifting from traditional accounting to accountability, with an emphasis on setting targets for 2028 and tracking performance using CDGR, compound daily growth rate, and CDRR, compound daily reduction rate. This is very, very important for accountants to learn, and some of them have not been doing it. It's up to them. But it's not up to them as of now. If they want to participate in any of such big projects, if you want to correlate with, advanced information that is coming up, needed by the government, by the companies, accountants have to change their track. The governance is a dynamic function. SOS governance enables shifting from traditional accounting to accountability. Accountants, in effect, should focus on accountability from ex post facto to ex ante due diligence. Take note of it. Last but not the least is project expenditure 64,721 crores so being submitted. How it is being done purely on the quantitative elements of management. Here is about SOS governance standards for 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, DT by DT growth index. And it is 5, which is supposed to be the standard SOS governance standard. The entity rating is going to be 5, and the stage reached substance of quality, substance of quality, substance of quality. That is 0 to 5. If you look at the legend, 0 is insentient, 1 is conceptual, 2 communication, 3 formation, 4 formulation, 5 task done, ER is ethical, and FR is a fiscal responsibility. Both together bring about a change. 5 is the lethality index. You got to hit it straight and get every time the 5. Now, I've indicated here governance instruments introduced, CAGR and CARR for fiscal and fiscal trajectory control. Panchabhuta rating system for process area analysis. Return on the intangible for resource area optimization. Daily tracking dashboards, DT by DT series. NX7 activity matrix for execution precision. Claim report for corporate governance and financial oversight. Is what I find here. I would like to tell you the most interesting aspect of it. When you say the legend being given 0 to 5, we had indicated a bricklayer who does not pick up the brick and comes and puts it. The brick is insentient. Not that this thing that has not been put through. Energy has to come from the bricklayer. Otherwise, it's insentient. So we are able to match E equal to MC square. What is matter doing? What is whether energy is doing its business or not? Energy is a liberated matter. You got to liberate the matter which is sitting somewhere, and the only energy is available is the human energy. Now, when you say 555, let us take an example. There are about 100 projects, and there are about 1,000 people in each project. So you have about 100,000 workforce working there. And if you have a team of 5, you've got about 20,000 teams that can come. In a single company, if you look at, say, for example, one project, 1,000 people, you have got about 200 members, the team is working. Now, if you have the 200 members, the 200 teams are working in that particular one project, and we go by this particular rating system, one particular team, one particular person is below par, 5 instead of 4, then the whole team gets only 4. When a particular team gets 5, and that is it is being task is completed, one task being given, and you have the complete rating of 5. 200 teams. Some may have about 5. Many, even if only 199 having a 5, and only one team has 4. That means the entire 200 teams get only 4. That is how it has been worked out. That is only the integer is being taken, the stage being developed. So if one fellow is not able to reach up to the standard 5, you have to pull the other guy and make it work. It may be only one fellow who is not doing it. That is how it is being built up, in the sense one fellow is 4 and the other 4 members are 5, you have a problem. So when it is so, 200 members and every one of them hitting your 5 is excellent. But if you really look at it, it may not happen. There's about 1,000 people in a particular company. There is one team, 2 team, 3 team, 100 teams. They are doing exceedingly well. The other 100 teams are going to look into them, and why they are getting a sort of a very healthy competition that comes. You have the people at the ground level who are doing the job. Could be an electrician or a mason. Everybody tries to get that 5. It's a very healthy competition that comes. Don't miss it. If you look at that one particular company, it hits 5. There are another about there are about 1,100 companies. There are about 100 companies. Each and every one will follow the other to find out how each is bringing up the measure of 5, which is the optimum level of performance. Take it. Good. And there's my book, first one, Corporate Citizenship and Sustainability, measuring intangible, fiscal, and ethical assets. It's a pure theory of management. It has a table of content if you have a look at it. It has intangible assets. I've criticized a lot. Intangible defined. Intangible is being measured. So these are very important in terms of a futuristic way of doing things for organizations. We are stuck with the old debit credit management, which is not, doing anything at all. And recently I read this thing on LinkedIn by Usman Sheikh. He talks about big consulting is at an inflection point. And he says for decades, consulting giants operate largely unchecked. That era is over. PwC fined 700 million China audit failures. McKinsey settled for $550 million opioid crisis involvement. EY fined for 100 million CPA exam cheating. Integrity isn't optional, he says, when your product is a judgment. Clients now question, if you can't govern yourselves, how can you govern us? It's a good question. We've got to make it very clear about what you are offering the client. I'm offering the best. The corporate MOM is the corporate management orbiter mission, which has theoretically will remain unchallenged with everlasting metrics and everlasting benchmarks and what else you want. And as for the corporate is concerned, and is a do it yourself. You can pick my book, both the books. The next one is also on the practice of management, giving a lot of this, in particular on the Volkswagen case study. Every company has to have a look at it. And if you are sitting duck and you are not doing anything at all, if you want to go and participate in 64,721 crores worth of projects, what is it that you have to offer? Just sit and give only the debit credit, the balance sheet and P&L. It doesn't take you anywhere. So my this thing is both the big 4 firms and big 5 now, and they're also doing the same thing like big 4. Take a look and try to get things done. Take a look at this, both the books. Is going to help you.